Okay, so good morning, everyone. Those who are present here, uh, I request to just turn your pages. A very important topic. I'm emphasizing means it is you can understand the importance. Okay, and yesterday I have started with the discussion about the quantitative analysis of water. Till this time, we were talking about one word. Water is hard due to presence of uh, dissolved salts of calcium and magnesium in it. Okay, particularly because they are the major contributors to hardness of water. Then also we said why these are called hardness causing salts, because they have a tendency of scale sludge formation. What it means by a scale? Thin layered deposits of the salts are nothing but scales, whereas sludges are white powdered deposits of the salts. Okay. Again, the salts are nothing but calcium and magnesium salts that are present in water. Okay. And why these calcium and magnesium salts are supposed to be scale sludge forming salts? Why they are not like the sodium or potassium salts of 1A group? Because they are showing differential solubility in water. What it means by differential solubility? It means that certain salts of the calcium and magnesium salts are soluble in cold water, but they are thrown out of hot water. Again, there are certain salts of the calcium magnesium salts which are insoluble in cold water but start dissolving in hot water. Okay, it means what? Um, if you're taking a boiler and you're feeding the boiler with hard water, suppose, what will happen? As soon as the water starts boiling, such salts which are showing a tendency of coming out of the hot water will slowly start forming the sludge. Whereas there might be certain salts which are not actually soluble in cold water, but as soon as the water gets hot, they start dissolving, and the steam that is generated is a poor quality steam. Okay, and as what will happen? We'll be tapping the steam using motors in a boiler. What will happen if the steam condenses? They quickly deposits salts in the tubes, leading to the blockage of tubes and causing lot of problems. So these are the problems which are encountered very frequently using hard water in boilers, particularly for steam generation. So I want to estimate how hard water is. One of the major methods is the complexometric titration. Estimation of hardness quantitatively by a complexometric titration in which the EDTA is acting as a ligand and complexes of calcium and magnesium with EDTA are formed. నిన్న చెప్పిన సెషన్ లో గుర్తుంది కదా, క్వాంటిటేటివ్ అనాలిసిస్ అంటే వాటర్ ఎంత హార్డ్ ఉందో కనుక్కుంటున్నాను. కాంప్లెక్సోమెట్రిక్ టైట్రేషన్ ఎందుకు అంటున్నా? వాటర్ ఎప్పుడు హార్డ్, దాంట్లో కాల్షియం అండ్ మెగ్నీషియం అయాన్స్ ఉంటాయి. సరే, ఎన్ని కాల్షియం మెగ్నీషియం అయాన్స్ ఉన్నాయి, దాని కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ ఎంత అని కనుక్కుంటున్నాను కాబట్టి క్వాంటిటేటివ్ అనాలిసిస్. సరే, వాటి కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ ఎలా కనుక్కుంటున్నానంటే, వాటర్ యాసిడ్ కాదు, బేస్ కాదు, ఆక్సిడైజింగ్ ఏజెంట్ కాదు, రెడ్యూసింగ్ ఏజెంట్ కాదు. కాబట్టి కాల్షియం మెగ్నీషియం అయాన్స్ ఏవైతే హార్డ్నెస్ ని ఇంపార్ట్ చేస్తున్నాయో వాటర్ కి, వాటిని ఏం చేస్తాను? ఒక కాంప్లెక్స్ ఫామ్ చేస్తాను. ఓకే, ఆ కాంప్లెక్స్ దేంతో ఫామ్ చేస్తున్నానంటే ఈడిటిఏతో ఫామ్ చేస్తున్నాను. అది ఐడియా. ఓకే, సో నిన్నంతా డిస్క్రిప్షన్ ఏం చేశాను? ఇక్కడ కాంప్లెక్స్ ఎలా ఫామ్ అవుతుందంటే, ఒక మెటల్ ఒక లిగాండ్ తో ఇంటరాక్ట్ అయినప్పుడు కాంప్లెక్స్ ఫామ్ అవుతుంది. మెటల్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ని యాక్సెప్ట్ చేస్తుంది, లిగాండ్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ని డొనేట్ చేస్తుంది. సో ఏ మాలిక్యూల్ అయితే ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ని డొనేట్ చేస్తుందో దానిని లిగాండ్ అంటున్నాం. ఓకే, సరే, ఆ లిగాండ్ ఎలక్ట్రాన్ పేర్ డోనర్. ఒక మాలిక్యూల్ మీద ఎన్ని ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ ని డొనేట్ చేయగలదో దానిని డెంటిసిటీ అంటారు. అంటే the number of binding sites that are present on a ligand is called as denticity. Okay, if a molecule is donating a pair of electrons, it is unidentate. Two pairs of electrons bidentate, and successively EDTA is such a ligand which can donate 6 pairs of electrons, and hence is a hexadentate ligand. and it forms complexes with the calcium and magnesium ions. And yesterday I gave you the principle. Who is going to read out the principle to me? Please read out the principle. Good morning.
Hardness causing Ca2 plus, Mg2 plus.
You are Sai. Yeah. Chepuna.
Stable water soluble complexes with EDTA ligand.
Imma?
Ma'am?
Read the principle of the experiment.
Hardness causing Ca2 plus, Mg2 plus ions form stable water soluble complexes with EDTA ligand in 1:1.
Stable, colorless? Stable, colorless? Did I give colorless?
No, ma'am. Stable water soluble complex, ma'am.
Stable water soluble complexes
with EDTA ligand in 1:1 ratio.
Okay. Next, what did I say? What's the next point did I say?
Indicator used iodochrome black tea with.
Indicator used is iodochrome black tea,
which is a bidentate ligand. And forms correct. Wine red color complex with calcium magnesium
ions and gives
the color change of the solution is brown wine red to blue.
The color change during the titration is from wine red to blue. At pH 10. Please write at pH 10. And did I give the equation yesterday?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, write. Do not write what all I am saying in the continuation, but put 3 star marks and write questions for Viva and 2 marks. Okay, on this topic. Write it elsewhere. Ante idi regular ga rayadu, but these are the Viva questions plus these are the questions for your 2 marks. Okay, but that will not write as an experiment. Okay, right. So in another 15 minutes, we are going to write very, very important questions which are important for Viva as well as your 2 marks questions in your final exam. Okay. First question. What are which salts, which ions cause hardness? Which ions cause hardness? I'll be just putting a dot point and writing the answer. Which ions cause hardness? Calcium and magnesium ions. Calcium and magnesium ions. First question. Which ions cause hardness? Calcium and magnesium ions cause hardness. Okay. And this should only be the answer. Then they'll ask calcium bicarbonate or magnesium bicarbonate or calcium sulfate or magnesium sulfate. Then what should be your answer? Your answer should
calcium
be
sulfate.
No matter with what anion they are associated. No matter with what anion they are associated, any calcium and magnesium ions cause hardness. Okay, so that's the first question. Okay. Hardness is of how many types? Hardness is of how many types? What are the 2 types? Temporary or carbonate hardness. Hardness is of how many types? 2 types. Temporary. The other one is permanent. Please, it might be there in your notes, but you write it again. This is all Viva questions from this topic. Permanent or non-carbonate. Non-carbonate. Okay. Types of hardness. temporary or carbonate, permanent, non-carbonate. Next question. How hardness of water estimated? How hardness of water estimated? How hardness of water estimated? By complexometric titration. Complexometric titration. By a complexometric titration using EDTA as ligand. Using EDTA as ligand. Using EDTA as ligand. But in a complexometric titration using EDTA as ligand. What is the ratio of the ligand and the metal ion? What is the ratio of ligand and metal ion? Answer: ligand metal ion ratio is 1:1, or metal ion ligand ratio is 1:1. Ligand metal ion ratio is 1:1. Next, EDTA is equal to what is the full form of EDTA? Right. Ethylene diamine, ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. Tetraacetic acid. Ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid is the full name of EDTA. Okay. In brackets, you can write colorless solution. Colorless solution. It is a colorless compound. Colorless solution. Okay. Next. What is the denticity of EDTA? Or how many binding sites? What is the denticity of EDTA? Answer: EDTA is hexadentate ligand. EDTA is hexadentate ligand. Means in brackets you can write 6 binding sites. 6 binding sites. Okay, 6 binding sites. Okay, so what I said, which ions cause hardness? Calcium and magnesium ions cause hardness, no matter with what anion they are associated with. And whenever you are saying I'm estimating the hardness of water, it means I am finding the concentration of calcium and magnesium ions. I am not much bothered with what anion they are associated. That's the first point. And how many types of hardness? 2 types of hardness: temporary or carbonate hardness, permanent or non-carbonate hardness. Okay. And how the hardness is estimated? by a complexometric titration using EDTA as ligand. Okay. Then, what is the ratio of combination of metal and ligand? Ligand and metal ion ratio is 1:1. That's an important one. Okay. How it will be 1:1? We'll just discuss. And what's the full form of that EDTA ligand? Ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid is the name of that ligand. And how many binding sites? Yesterday I gave with you what it means by denticity. The number of binding sites that are present on the ligand is nothing but denticity. And EDTA is a hexadentate ligand. Okay. Next point. Now what you'll write? The structure of calcium magnesium complexes. What type of complexes does calcium and magnesium ions form with EDTA? What type of complexes does calcium and magnesium ions form with EDTA? Tell me, yesterday did I discuss this point with you? What type of complexes they are forming? Hello. What type of complexes are calcium and magnesium ions?
Intermediate.
Please.
Octahedral.
Octahedral complexes. Very good. That's the answer. Octahedral complexes are the complexes that are formed by these molecules. Okay. So, octahedral means 6 binding sites. Okay. That means a square structure. There will be a square. The metal will be in the middle. At the 4 edges of that square, it is connected with the ligand. One to the top and one to the bottom. Okay. That's the octahedral structure of the complexes. Okay. And they are very, very stable because they are having 6 binding sites. Okay. So, I'm rubbing this. Next viral question is, calcium, magnesium, EDTA complexes are octahedral in structure. Calcium 2+/magnesium 2+ EDTA complexes are octahedral in structure. Octahedral. Octahedral structure. That's a simple word. Okay. Next question. Calcium, magnesium, EDTA complexes have octahedral structure. Next. Why? Which indicator is used? Which indicator is used in this titration? From here, very important. These are very, very important. Relating to the experiment. Which indicator is used in the titration? Which indicator is used in the titration? Okay. Answer is EBT is equal to eriochrome black tea. EBT is equal to eriochrome black tea indicator. Eriochrome black tea indicator. Under that, we will write denticity is equal to 2. Denticity is equal to 2. That is 2 binding sites. Two binding sites. Next. Next question. Give two examples of complexometric indicators. Give two examples of complexometric indicators. That is, indicators used in complexometric titration. Give two examples of complexometric indicators. Answer is EBP and neuroxide indicators. EBP and neuroxide indicator are the two examples. These are famous questions. Okay. Please, you need to keep it safe, the contents, because very important for your theory and viva. 2 marks questions are generally asked. Next. Color of what is the color of calcium magnesium EBT complexes? What is the color of calcium magnesium EBT complexes? What's the color? What is the color? Wine red. Right. Color of calcium magnesium EBT complex. Color of calcium magnesium EBT complex is wine red. Color of calcium magnesium EBT complex is wine red. That's a key word there. Next question. What is the color of the indicator? What is the color of the indicator above pH 9? What is the color of the indicator? This is a star mark question. What is the color of the indicator above pH 9? Above pH 9. What is the color of the indicator above pH 9? What's the answer? Indicator is blue in color. Indicator is blue colored above pH 9. Indicator is blue colored above pH 9. Indicator is blue colored above pH 9. Next dot. What is the color of the indicator? What is the color of the indicator below pH 9? What is the color of the indicator below pH 9? Right. Indicator is orange colored, reddish orange, orange colored below pH 9. Below pH 9. indicator is orange colored below pH 9. Okay. Did you all take down this very important questions? These are 2 marks questions and Viva questions. So this part, what all I'm asking you and I'm writing the answer on the board are the famous 2 marks questions and Viva versa questions for your external exams. And that's the idea. Okay. So what I said. So what are the color? What's the color of calcium, magnesium, EDTA complexes? Okay. Calcium, magnesium complexes. What's the shape they have? They are octahedral complexes and they are colorless complexes. Please write down this part also. The color is they are colorless. They are colorless complexes. So because they are colorless, neither water is colored, nor EDTA is colored, nor their complexes are colored. Okay. So how to do a titration? I am forced to use an indicator. So what are indicators? These are the substances that are added in small amounts which show change in color with the change in the reaction medium. Okay. That means if you are taking acid indicators, okay, this I'll tell in the next topic. I'll not elaborate much. But what are these indicators? These are the substances which are added in very small amounts to the reaction medium to show change in the color with the change in the reaction conditions. Or these are the substances that are added to show the endpoints of titration. Okay. And hence is the discussion. So in today's experiment, we are adding a complexometric indicator called EBT. Full form is Eriochrome black tea indicator. Okay. And it also forms complexes and its denticity is 2. So the complexes of EBT indicator with calcium and magnesium ions are less stable because it has only 2 binding sites. Unlike the calcium and magnesium EDTA complexes, which are very stable. What makes them stable is the hexadenticity of the ligand. In fact, they form a puckered ring. Ante ilaga. Oka ring la form avutundi. Sare, that's the idea. So color of the, now, sare, I've understood that water is colorless, EDTA is colorless, calcium EDTA complexes are colorless. So I'm using an indicator which is EBT indicator. Fine. The EBT indicator forms complexes and they give the wine red color. Okay. So, and I am doing the titration. At the end of the titration, the color turns to blue when the pH is 9. If the pH is not 9, the indicator gives orange color, which is very difficult to distinguish the endpoint. So I'll see to it that I maintain the pH between 9 to 10. Why? Because the color change from wine red to blue is very distinct as compared to color change from wine red to orange. Therefore, the pH is maintained above 9. In fact, I'll see to it that pH is maintained at around 10, sometimes 11 also. Okay. So this is the point you should write. Okay. What are you writing next? Why the pH is maintained above 9? Why the pH is maintained above 9? What's your answer? Why the pH is maintained above 9? Say. Above 9 pH, above 9 pH, the color change of the solution, above pH 9, the color change of the solution during the titration, is from wine red to blue. Is from wine red to blue. is from wine red to blue. Which is very distinct. Which is very distinct. Or which is very useful to know the endpoint. Which is useful, very useful to know the endpoint of the titration. Okay. Okay. Hope you have understood what all I've said. Okay. Then right. How the pH of the solution is maintained. How the pH of the solution is maintained. The answer, pH of the solution, pH of the solution is maintained. pH of the solution is maintained using ammonical buffer. Using ammonical buffer. Using ammonical buffer. What is ammonical buffer made up of? It is a combination of ammonium hydroxide plus ammonium chloride. Very important. What ammonical buffer is made up of? Ammonium hydroxide and ammonium chloride. Okay. How the pH of the solution is maintained? You can write using ammonical buffer, which is nothing but NH4OH plus NH4Cl. Ammonium hydroxide and ammonium chloride. pH range. pH range is equal to, few books gave from 10 to 11, I'd say from 9 to 11. pH range is from 9 to 11. That's the range. Now, anyone in the class, can they tell me what it means by a buffer? What it means by a buffer?
Sir, the combination of acid and base.
Acid and base కాదు, acid base కలిపితే ఏమవుతుంది? Acid ని base తో కలిపితే ఏమవుతుంది చెప్పండి? న్యూట్రలైజ్ అవుతుంది. సో బఫర్ అంటే ఏంటి?
Which maintains the pH.
pH value constant.
Buffer is a solution which is used to maintain pH. The pH can be acidic range or basic range. Okay. Here I am using basic range. Okay. It can be acidic range. And what these buffer solutions are made up of? It is a combination of a weak acid with its own weak salt, or a weak base with its weak salt. It's salt. It's salt. That's a word. Okay. Weak base with its salt, or weak acid with its salt. Like ammonium hydroxide is a weak base and the salt is ammonium chloride. Okay. It will maintain the buffer. The pH between 9 to 10. This is basic buffer. And there's one more example of acidic buffer, which is acetic acid plus sodium acetate. Okay. How the pH is maintained due to common ion effect. Okay. That is little away from the topic, but I have to explain. Ante em cheppanu? Buffer ante enti? A solution that is used to maintain pH is nothing but a buffer. Okay. And in this experiment, I am using a buffer. Which buffer? Acidic buffer or a basic buffer? Basic buffer. Why? The pH range is 9 to 11. And that is ammonical buffer. What is a combination of ammonical buffer? It is a combination of a weak base with its salt, ammonium hydroxide, ammonium chloride. If it is acidic buffer, acetic acid plus sodium acetate. In both the cases, what will happen? The pH is maintained due to common ion effect. They will not allow the pH to change. So, I'll write buffer is equal to solution used. What are buffers? Buffer is nothing but solution used to maintain pH. Solutions used to maintain pH are called buffers. Okay. So buffers can be acidic buffers or basic buffers. Okay, they can be acidic in nature or basic in nature. Okay. Example of acidic buffer is CH3COOH plus CH3COONA. Okay. Acetic acid plus its salt. Example of basic buffer is ammonium hydroxide NH4OH plus NH4Cl. And this is called ammonical buffer, what we are using in our experiment. Okay. How they maintain pH? By common, they suppress the dissociation and by common ion effect. That's a word. Already I explained this to you. Okay. How they maintain pH? By common ion effect. Okay. Okay. Next. That's it. I'll conclude. Okay. So, what all you have written, let us check whether we have written everything. So, I was telling, and I'll just simply by 10:45 I'll explain what all we have written for 25 minutes. What I was saying, I'm doing a titration in which someone gave me a sample of water. Okay. So that water is a colorless solution. But I understood that water contains calcium and magnesium ions and hardness causing. So I have to quantify, or I should measure how much amount of calcium and magnesium ions are present dissolved in that water. Okay. So it means I'm estimating the hardness. Okay. For that, what I did, I understood that water is neither an acid nor a base, nor it is an oxidizing agent nor a reducing agent. I cannot use any of these methods. But I know that because calcium and magnesium ions are metals, I can form complexes. Okay. For that reason, what I did, I wanted to form a complex. Okay. So how complexes are formed? Using metal and a ligand. So in this experiment, metals are the calcium and magnesium ions, and the ligand is EDTA ligand. So they will ask, why EDTA ligand alone? Because I want to maintain the ratio of combination of calcium and magnesium and the ligand in 1:1 ratio. Why 1:1 ratio has to be maintained? It is because I can easily estimate why. How much amount of EDTA got consumed is directly proportional to the amount of calcium magnesium ions present dissolved. Ante edenta EDTA consume ayindi ante equal to anta calcium magnesium ion combination అని చెప్పి. సో ఫస్ట్ ఆన్సర్ ఏంటి, 1:1 రేషియో మెయింటైన్ చేయాలని. 1:1 రేషియోకి EDTA ఎందుకు అంటే, I know that calcium and magnesium ions form octahedral complexes. That means they can at once take 6 pairs of electrons, and EDTA is hexadentate ligand. Okay, that's the reason why I chosen EDTA. Okay, how I'm maintaining 1:1 ratio? Because calcium magnesium ions form octahedral complexes having 6 binding sites, and EDTA is an hexadentate ligand. That 1:1 ratio is maintained. Okay, then what's the next point? Fine, calcium and magnesium and EDTA are forming complexes. Oh, what is the color of these complexes? They are colorless. Then how to know the end point of my titration? Water is colorless, EDTA is colorless, calcium, magnesium, EDTA complexes are colorless. Again, they are water soluble also. That means the solution remains perfectly colorless and nothing you can observe in it. Okay, so then I'll come to one point. I'll have to use an indicator. What type of indicator? I can neither use a acid base indicator nor a redox indicator. I need to use an indicator which also has a capacity to form complexes. For that, I've chosen EDT indicator. That indicator forms weak or unstable complexes with calcium and magnesium ions. So what it does, but the color is wine red. Okay, so what will happen initially? I'll take the sample of water in a conical flask. I'll add 2 drops of indicator. Okay, and the color of that indicator is wine red. The solution quickly turns into wine red. Okay, why? It has formed a complex, but it is an unstable complex because of bidenticity of the ligand. Okay, after that I'll add 10 ml of ammonical buffer. Okay, what is the purpose of adding ammonical buffer? For maintaining the pH between 9 to 11. Okay, then I'll fill EDTA solution in a burette. Okay, then I'll take the conical flask having water plus indicator plus buffer, which is wine red in color, and I'll start titrating it against the EDTA solution drop wise. I'll keep adding. At the end point, what I will realize is that the solution suddenly turns from wine red to dark blue color. Okay, then I'll stop the titration and I'll read the reading on the burette. Okay, then what I can do, I can calculate the normality of I can calculate the normality of EDTA solution using the formula N1V1 is equal to N2V2. But generally, when I'm finding the concentration of water, the units are, as I've already told with you, what are the units of hardness? What are the units of hardness? ppms, milligrams per liter, degree Clark and degree French. Though I can calculate the concentration of water in terms of normality, I will not do it. I want to convert that into ppms, and hence is the discussion during the experiment. Okay, but what you understand in this session is that during the experimentation, what all the chemicals have taken and how I am conducting the experiment. Okay, this is the content. అర్థమైపోయింది. సో ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్ ఎన్ని స్టెప్స్ లో చేస్తారు అంటే, any experiment you are doing in your labs, you will do it in 3 steps. Okay, so what is the first step? Preparation of a standard solution. The second step is finding the concentration of link solution. Then the third one is finding the concentration of test solution. Okay, now just raise your hands if you are having any doubt. ఇంత పార్ట్ అర్థమైంది కదా? ఏం బఫర్ వాడుతున్నాను, ఏం pH వాడుతున్నాను, ఏది లిగాండ్, ఏది అంతా చాలా సార్లు చెప్పాను. ఇంకా మీరు ఎగ్జామ్ రాసేయచ్చు అంత కాన్ఫిడెంట్ గా. సరే, ఇక్కడ ఇంట్రొడక్షన్ అయిపోయి, సరే నేను ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్ చేయాలి. సో నిన్న ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్ కి ఏం చెప్పాను? పేజ్ టర్న్ చేస్తే ఏమ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్ రాశారు, ఫైండింగ్ ద హార్డ్నెస్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్. నెక్స్ట్ కెమికల్స్ రిక్వైర్డ్ రాశారు, హార్డ్ వాటర్, EDTA లిగాండ్, ఇండికేటర్, బఫర్ అని చెప్పి రాశారు. అయిపోయింది. నెక్స్ట్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ కూడా రాశారు. సరే, అంతవరకు వచ్చిన తర్వాత, ప్రిన్సిపల్ అంతా కూడా రాసిన తర్వాత, I have to make you write certain things, and I will tell you how I'll be doing the experiment. Okay, so come back to the first page. So yes, after writing the principle, you should write EDTA structure. This is the star mark question. No matter what experiment you get in your final exam, most of the external examiners will ask you to write structure of EDTA. So EDTA structure. So what is the structure of EDTA? Ethylene, diamine, tetraacetic acid. What is the formula of acetic acid? CH3COOH. Okay. Ethylene, H means 2 carbons. Ethylene means CH2 dash CH2. Okay. Ethylene. Diamine means 2 NH2s. Okay. This is the structure of ethylene diamine. Okay. Now these 2 hydrogens are removed and acetic acid molecules are added on them. So what is the structure? CH2, CH2, nitrogen on both the carbons, then tetraacetic acid means 2 hydrogens are replaced CH2COOH molecule. Okay, so this is the structure of EDTA. Very, very easy. CH2COOH. Famous question. Structure of EDTA. That's it. Very easy. But many get confused in the exams. Okay. Now, I will avoid giving the structure of calcium magnesium EDTA complex because that is less asked, but we can write. First, write this. If you are confident, only you go ahead with writing the structure of EDTA calcium magnesium ion complex, which I am going to write now. Unless until you have confidence, you cannot write that. No one will ask, but they'll ask surely the EDTA structure. Very, very fond after question for examiners. Okay. Now I'm going to rub this. Those who are interested can write it here, or if you are writing this as an essay question, don't write if you are not confident. Okay. But I need to give you the structure. I've told you it forms a hot octahedral complex. Okay, so what is the structure of octahedral complex? M, metal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's a structure. Now what I'll do, at this top and bottom places, I'll put nitrogens. Okay, and I know that nitrogens are combined with CH2 on the main side. So I have given the middle structure. Hope you have seen in your structure CH2, nitrogen. Okay, this is how the first structure has to be written. Okay. Is the board clear? Okay. Now on this planar structure, I will put oxygens on each of these terminals. Okay. I'll put oxygen on each of these terminals. Okay. So each nitrogen is combined with two CH2COO groups. So this nitrogen is combined with CH2 C double bond O group. Okay. One more structure. CH2 C double bond O. Okay. Now this nitrogen is again combined with the same CH2 C double bond O. Easy, but we should remember. CH2 C double bond O. That's the structure of calcium magnesium EDTA complex. Elara sir, how did I write? Em cheppanu? Structure ela vachindi? Ela rayali? If you want to, if you don't know, don't worry. How to write it? Okay. Shall I write it again? For those who want to memorize, how to write? Octahedral complex. So put a rectangular shape, put a metal, connect the metal like this. on 4 sides, one top, one bottom. On these 2 top and bottom notches, put nitrogen and oxygen at the edges. Okay. Then I'll connect these 2 nitrogens outside with CH2. CH2 groups. That's the first thing I have done. What's the next thing I have done? I've connected these nitrogens with the oxygens here. Okay, how? CH2, C double bond O, O. CH2, C double bond O, O. Again, O should be connected to C double bond O, nitrogen should be connected to CH2. Like this. Okay, CH2, C double bond O. That's the structure of the calcium magnesium EDTA complex. Easy if you understand. If you don't understand, please don't break your head. Generally, less hours, so I'm not focusing. Okay, and that's the introduction. All right, procedure. After writing the structure of EDTA metal ion complexes by chance, if you are interested, the next part you should write is procedure. The procedure has procedure. Okay. Fine. You say put a line. Write 3 steps. Procedure has 3 steps. 3 steps. What is step 1? Step 1. Preparation of standard hard water. Step 1 is preparation of standard hard water. Step 2, standardization of EDTA solution. Standardization of EDTA solution. Step 3. Estimation of hardness of water. Estimation of hardness of water are the 3 steps that are involved in your experiment. Okay. Procedure has 3 steps. First one is preparation of standard hard water. Second step is standardization of EDTA solution. Third step is estimation of hardness of water. Estimation of hardness of water. I have asked some 10 minutes more time from your EITK sir. So I'll continue the class till 11:10 and then take the attendance. Okay. Did you write these 3 steps? Important. Okay. And I'll start discussion about these 3 steps. So, right, the first one, preparation of standard hard water. Preparation of standard hard water. Preparation of standard hard water. So what I'll be doing in this step is, I'll take 1 gram of calcium carbonate. Okay, I'll weigh 1 gram of calcium carbonate, and I will digest it in minimum amount of HCl. Okay, concentrated HCl. What will happen? Calcium carbonate reacts with the HCl to form calcium chloride. I've told with you, calcium carbonate is not water soluble. Therefore, what will happen? I cannot dissolve that in cold water. To make a hard water solution, okay, whose concentration I know, what I will do, I'll take calcium carbonate and I'll just digest ante ila mortar and pestle lo vesesi, I'll just grind it, okay, in HCl, so that calcium chloride is formed. Now the calcium chloride that is formed after digestion is dissolved in 1 liter of water. Okay, so what is the first step? Preparation of standard hard water. Okay, so what is the step? 1 gram calcium carbonate taken. 1 gram of calcium carbonate is taken and reacted with or digested with dilute HCl. Dilute HCl. Capital C, small m. Okay. This will form calcium chloride. This will form calcium chloride. Okay. Which is dissolved in calcium chloride dissolved in 1 liter of water. It is dissolved in 1 liter of water. Okay, easy. Okay, why I have done this? Because calcium carbonate is insoluble in cold water. I made it into calcium chloride by reacting with calcium carbonate to dilute HCl and digesting it. Okay, and dissolve it in the 1 liter water. Okay, next, what is the concentration of this water? What is the concentration? How to find the concentration in ppms? Okay, calculation of hardness of standard water. Calculation of hardness of standard hard water. So what water I am preparing? I am preparing standard hot water. How I am preparing? By taking 1 gram of calcium carbonate, reacting it with dilute HCl, forming calcium chloride. The formed 1 gram calcium chloride is now dissolved in 1 liter of water. But I will consider the calcium carbonate as the compound that got dissolved in 1 liter water. Okay, so how to calculation of hardness of standard hot water? Okay, how to calculate? Okay, so for this, what I know, Now I understand 1 gram of calcium carbonate is present in 1 liter water. Okay. So what are the units of hardness? ppm, milligrams per liter. Now how to calculate the answer in ppms or milligrams per liter? Okay. So what is 1 gram of calcium carbonate in milligrams? You know that 1 gram is equal to 1000 milligrams. Okay. Therefore, 1 gram calcium carbonate is equal to 1000 milligrams of calcium carbonate. It implies, therefore, 1000 milligrams of calcium carbonate, 1000 milligrams of calcium carbonate is dissolved in 1 liter water. Therefore, hardness is equal to now question time. Roll number 64. Good morning. Roll number 64. Roll number 65. Roll number 65 is absent. 66.
Present, ma'am.
65 present. Amma.
Yes, ma'am.
Hardness units enti chappu. What are the units of hardness? Hey boy, you didn't attend my class. What are the units of hardness? 68, 69,
68 present,
ma'am.
ma'am.
68. Good morning.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Good
tell
morning.
me units of hardness in Chapo.
ppm, ma'am.
ppms. Good. Inka? Inka? ఏంటమ్మా ఎంత షార్ప్ ఉండాలంటే బ్రెయిన్ ఫట్మని చెప్తే నువ్వు ఫట్మన్ ఆన్సర్ ఇవ్వాలి. యూనిట్స్ ఏంటి? 69.
Yes, ma'am.
Sai?
ppm. Yes, ma'am.
ppms. ఇంకా
Milligram per liter.
milligram per liter. Degree Clark and
Clark. Degree French.
degree French. What is the relation between these 4 units? Equation
1
of
ppm is
equivalence.
equals to 1 milligram per liter is equals to 0.07 degree Clark is equals to 0.1 degree French.
Good. So the equation for equivalence is 1 milligram per liter is equal to 1 ppm is equal to 0.07 degree Clark is equal to 0.1 degree French. Okay. Now roll number 70.
Yes, ma'am.
Roll number 70. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah, good morning. Now tell me, did I get the expression or now did I get to the calculation of finding the hardness of water that I made? ఏం చేశాను step 1 లో preparation of a standard hard water అని చెప్పాను. చెప్పి what did I say? How did I prepare that water? I've dissolved 1 gram of calcium carbonate in 1 liter water. How? First, initially, I made it react with calcium HCl, made it into calcium chloride, and then I dissolved it in 1 liter water. Okay. So I've dissolved 1 gram per liter. Because I can't use the hardness units in terms of grams, what I did, I converted that grams into milligrams. Okay, so what I have done, 1 gram of calcium carbonate now will be equal to 1000 milligrams of calcium carbonate. So what I can say, I have dissolved 1000 milligrams of calcium carbonate in 1 liter water. Therefore, the hardness of water is equal to enta cheppu ippudu
10 to the power of 3 by 100 into 50.
కాదు కాదు నాన్న విను, యూనిట్స్ ఏంటి, మిలీగ్రామ్స్ పర్ లీటర్ అయినా సరే, మిలీగ్రామ్స్ పర్ లీటర్ యూనిట్స్ తెలుసు. సో నేను కాంపౌండ్ గ్రామ్స్ లో తీసుకున్నాను, దాన్ని మిలీగ్రామ్స్ లో కన్వర్ట్ చేశాను. 1 గ్రామ్ అంటే 1000 మిలీగ్రామ్స్ అన్నాను. అది ఎంత వాటర్ లో డిజాల్వ్ చేశాను, 1 లీటర్ వాటర్ లో డిజాల్వ్ చేశాను. సో ఇప్పుడు ఎంత ఎన్ని మిలీగ్రామ్స్ ఆఫ్ కాల్షియం కార్బోనేట్ ఉంది 1 లీటర్ వాటర్ లో?
1000.
1000. సో ఇప్పుడు హార్డ్నెస్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్ ఈజ్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఎంత? హార్డ్నెస్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్ ఎంత కరెక్ట్ చెప్పావు కదా ఇప్పుడు? 1000 milligrams per liter, or how many ppms?
1000 ppm.
Yes. Hardness of water is equal to 1000 milligrams per liter or ppm. 1000 ppm. So how did you prepare that 1000 ppm hard water? By dissolving 1 gram of calcium carbonate in 1 liter water. Okay, so easy. How you prepared 1 liter standard hard water? By dissolving, what you have done, 1000 milligrams of calcium carbonate you dissolved in 1 liter water to get that standard hard water whose concentration is 1000 ppm or 1000 milligrams per liter. Now, Neeraj.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning. Tell me, Neeraj, how to prepare 1000 ppm hard water is my question. What will you say? I'll ask you to prepare 1000 ppm hard water. Okay, so what should be your answer? ఏంటి నీరజ్? హలో
Ma'am,
Roll
that,
number. ఏంటి, నేను ఒక 1000 ppm హార్డ్ వాటర్ ని ప్రిపేర్ చేయమంటే నువ్వు ఎలా చేస్తావు? ఆన్సర్ ఎలా చెప్తావు? ఇప్పుడు ఏం చెప్పింది తను? ఇప్పుడు కాన్సన్ట్రేషన్ ఆఫ్ ద సొల్యూషన్ యూ హావ్ ప్రిపేర్డ్ ఎంత? అర్థం కాలేదు. రోల్ నెంబర్ 18, 118, 118, Sujita, 117.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Tell me, Harshita, what's your name?
Vaishnavi, ma'am.
Vaishnavi. Tell me, Vaishnavi, if I ask you to prepare 1000 ppm hard water by giving calcium carbonate salt, what will you do?
1000 milligrams of calcium carbonate is dissolved in 1 liter of water.
That's it. Okay. If I ask you to prepare 500 ppm hard water, then what you will do?
500 milligrams of calcium carbonate dissolved in 1 liter of water.
How many grams you will take? Vaishnavi.
0.5 grams.
0.5 grams of calcium carbonate you will take. So what you are doing in this step, you are converting grams into milligrams, and you are getting the units of hardness. You understood, Neeraj? You understood?
Ma'am,
Hello?
please repeat once again, ma'am. I can't listen. I
You
can't
got-
understand, ma'am.
Listen, అప్పుడే మీ భరద్వాజ్ సార్ జాయిన్ అవ్వమంటున్నారు. లిసన్ టు మీ. 1000 ppm హార్డ్ వాటర్ ని ఎలా చేశాను నేను? 1 గ్రామ్ కాల్షియం కార్బోనేట్ తీసుకుని 1 లీటర్ ఆఫ్ వాటర్ లో డిజాల్వ్ చేశాను. సరే, యూనిట్స్ ఆఫ్ హార్డ్నెస్ మిలీగ్రామ్స్ పర్ లీటర్ కాబట్టి నేను గ్రామ్స్ ని మిలీగ్రామ్స్ లోకి కన్వర్ట్ చేశాను. సరే, అంటే 1 గ్రామ్ ఎన్ని మిలీగ్రామ్స్? 1000 మిలీగ్రామ్స్. కాబట్టి ఏం చెప్పాను, 1000 మిలీగ్రామ్స్ ఆఫ్ కాల్షియం కార్బోనేట్ ని 1 లీటర్ లో డిజాల్వ్ చేస్తే నాకు 1000 ppm హార్డ్ వాటర్ వస్తుంది. సరే, అలా కాదు, నాకు 500 ppm హార్డ్నెస్ కావాలనుకో, ఎన్ని మిలీగ్రామ్స్ డిజాల్వ్ చేయాలి? 500 మిలీగ్రామ్స్ డిజాల్వ్ చేయాలి. 500 మిలీగ్రామ్స్ అంటే ఎన్ని గ్రామ్స్? 0.5 గ్రామ్స్. అంటే ఐడియా ఏంటి, గ్రామ్స్ ని ఎప్పుడు మిలీగ్రామ్స్ లోకి కన్వర్ట్ చేసి పర్ లీటర్ క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాలి. అర్థమైందా? అక్కడ మెయిన్ కాన్సెప్ట్. ఓకే, టేక్ యువర్ అటెండెన్స్. I have a question. I want to finish this today at any cost. So, are you free from 3 to 4 in the afternoon?
We have PPS
I
class,
want-
ma'am.
No, ma'am. We have English class, ma'am.
3 to 4, huh?
English, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
2 to 3?
2 to 3 PPS, ma'am.
Okay. ఇప్పుడు సరే, అయితే ఇవాళ లాక్డ్. టుమారో ఐ విల్ కంటిన్యూ షార్ప్. టుమారో థర్స్డే, ప్లీజ్ I'll put a message again. Join the class sharp by 10:30. Okay, because you have EVS class in the morning tomorrow, first period.
First period
Or
is
you are
leisure,
free?
ma'am. Leisure, ma'am.